Tonight on CTV News, broken by grief.
It feels like there's no point in life. I can't live without them. I love them so much.
A man who lost family members in the Lapu-Lapu Day attack struggles to go on. His reaction to the suspect being able to stand trial.
I know that our enforcement unit is following up.
The province takes action after a CTV investigation into illegal Airbnb listings that stunned condo owners.
There is a great need to increase the ability of people to get in and around the park.
Debating the future of cars in Stanley Park. Could they be banned altogether? The road ahead for Vancouver's most popular park.
This is CTV News with me, Jung Lee.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Driving your own car through Stanley Park could one day be banned. The Vancouver Park Board is debating several options to reduce traffic. Among them, building a 6-story parkade and bringing that bike lane back. The controversial ideas are all being considered for Vancouver's crown jewel. CTV's Martin McMahon has the details.
Stanley Park, one of the best places in the city to spend a beautiful Vancouver day. But with our region's population growing and tourism increasing, the Park Board wants to take a closer look at how people move around.
We have a transportation system that hasn't changed since the end of the 19th century. So what we want to give the board is our comprehensive study of every option and every consideration of getting people through and around the park.
The mobility study will be presented at Monday's meeting, and the bike lane debate will be reignited, with Park Board Commissioner Tom Digby set to present an amendment to bring one back to the park.
We are looking at a permanent separated bike lane amendment that would allow bikes to go up one side of Prospect Hill and buses and cars to use the other side of the road.
Whatever happens, advocates for people with disabilities want to make sure accessibility is in focus, but welcome the idea of a bus or shuttle with multiple stops in the park.
There is a great need to increase the ability of people to get in and around the park, and it needs to come about sooner rather than later.
Among the more radical elements of the report, going completely car-free, also the idea of building a 6-story parkade.
And I think it's really just there as a historical record of something that that could be done, but there's, to my knowledge, it's absolutely impossible that that would ever happen. I have not heard of any support at all for the parkade concept.
I'm not a betting person, but I would say the odds of that happening anytime in the near or distant future are low.
If you have a view on what the future of mobility in the park should look like, you have until noon on Monday to sign up to speak at that evening's meeting. Martin McMahon, CTV News, Vancouver.
BC's housing minister has confirmed the province is investigating after CTV News reported on multiple Vancouver condo owners whose long-term tenants illegally listed their units on Airbnb. Hossein Tavakoli was the first Vancouver condo owner to tell CTV News his long-term tenant illegally listed the unit on Airbnb. Then Sylvie Kim reached out saying the same thing happened to her. They both say Airbnb would not immediately remove the fraudulent listings and told them to take the matter up with the host, who was not their tenant. It was someone they didn't know. The housing minister said our stories have been noticed by government.
We have seen them, and I know that our enforcement unit is following up, and I'm happy to provide any more background information on that. But our enforcement team receives complaints from residents and acts to follow up, and in addition gets alerted sometimes by good stories the media is doing.
2 Vancouver city councillors are also investigating how the illegal listings were able to be posted to Airbnb and why they weren't removed when the condo owners reported them as fraudulent. Airbnb has denied our request for an on-camera interview, but in a statement tells CTV News the company takes these matters seriously. They confirm the listings in question were removed and are continuing to investigate. Future reservations under the accounts were canceled, and support has helped affected guests with rebooking. Imagine suddenly having your social media accounts disabled. A Vancouver man is among many Canadians who feel they've been wrongfully banned from sites like Facebook and Instagram. Meta recently replaced humans with artificial intelligence to moderate the platforms, a method experts say isn't always accurate. CTV's Ben Nesbitt reports.
Just days after taking these photos of the Vancouver Half Marathon, Simon Richards awoke to news that's shaken up his world. This message from Meta, saying he was banned from Facebook and Instagram for violating the company's policy on child sexual exploitation, abuse, and nudity.
That's a very severe allegation to make against someone.
Richards, who does photography as a side gig, strongly denies any wrongdoing and has lost his ability to get jobs. He says he did not get any explanation as to what pictures had been flagged.
I'm really careful to not capture images of kids where their sort of faces are even recognizable.
Meta, who did not respond to our request for comment, recently replaced human moderators with artificial intelligence systems to monitor its platforms, which experts say aren't always accurate.
If they are using AI for the sort of automated moderation and the AI is making mistakes, then Meta has the responsibility to ensure that users have a way to report these issues and have these issues addressed in a fair and equitable way.
More than 40,000 users agree, with a petition circulating calling on the social media giant to act. Originally from the UK, Richard says losing his accounts has also made it tougher being away from home.
Losing all access to my friends and family, my inability to engage with the community, that sort of side income loss, all of those things, the impact's actually a lot sort of harsher than I think some people realize.
Richard says he's considered lawyering up, but knows taking on Meta in court is beyond daunting. Ben Nesbitt, CTV News, Vancouver.
This week, the man charged in the Lapu Lapu Festival attack was found fit to stand trial. A Burnaby man who lost 3 immediate family members on that fateful day hopes a trial brings answers and justice as he deals with overwhelming grief and loss. CTV's Shannon Patterson reports.
Yeah, I feel broken beyond repair.
The passage of time has done little to ease the pain for Alejandro Samper, who lost his father, Daniel Samper, his mother, Glitza Maria Casedo, and his sister, Glitza Daniela Samper, in the Lapu Lapu Festival attack.
Without my mother, father, and sister, it feels like there's no point in life. I can't live without them. I love them so much, and now that they're gone, it doesn't make sense.
As the only surviving member of his immediate family, Samper has a lot on his shoulders.
Crying every day for hours, and at the same time I've been packing all of my parents' things, belongings, moving it to my house, dealing with the estate matters.
Samper says he's given very little thought to Adam Lowe, the man accused of driving his SUV through the festival, killing 11 people and injuring 31 others. But he is glad a judge has found Lowe fit to stand trial.
There's got to be justice, and we have to see it.
He hopes the trial sheds some light on the mental health care Lowe was receiving leading up to the festival attack that forever changed so many families.
It destroys your life. It puts you in a place where you're not normal anymore. You can't function in society anymore.
The 34-year-old visual and interactive artist is trying to channel his pain into a lasting legacy for his mother, father, and sister.
We're starting a nonprofit organization called Samper Caicedo Legacy. Right now we're in the stages of legalizing it with the government. Our focus is helping individuals that have suffered from traumatic events.
He says it's what his mother would have wanted.
She finds so much joy in helping others, so it's definitely one of the things that I hope by doing will bring me close to my mother.
Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Burnaby.
An arson investigation is underway in Abbotsford after a suspicious fire torched several vehicles in a parking lot outside a local business. Police have released video of a suspect vehicle, a light-colored SUV linked to the blaze, that broke out on Peardenville Road early yesterday morning. Officers arrived to find multiple vehicles had been deliberately set on fire. While damage was extensive, no one was hurt. Investigators are asking anyone with dash cam footage to come forward. Meanwhile, a man who was shot dead at a gas station in Maple Ridge last month has been identified by police. On August 13th, Mounties found 24-year-old local man Austin Bailey inside a vehicle at his Petro-Canada station on Dewdney Trunk Road. Unresponsive and with gunshot wounds. They're now calling for witnesses and further information and have released this image of a white Nissan Rogue they believe to be connected to the shooting. Artificial intelligence is making it harder to tell what's real and fake online. Ads are popping up using high-profile Canadians to push investment scams. CTV's Craig Krause investigates deepfake advertisements on social media and the strategies they use to deceive.
In a world where technology is evolving at a rapid rate, artificial intelligence is being used to target Canadians' wallets.
AI is the future, and we've built a state-of-the-art program to help Canadians be part of it.
Take a look at this ad used on YouTube. Prime Minister Mark Carney can be seen pitching an investment opportunity, but that's not what he said. Here's the original video from Canada Day.
And reinvest in our armed forces, because Canadian leadership is defined not only by the strength of our values.
And this is just one of many online.
Each participant earned over $28,039 in just the first week.
So I followed one of the links advertised, and it brought me to what appears to be a CBC article about an investment platform. I reached out to the CBC reporter, and he told me he didn't write it. And when I reached out to the investment platform, they said that was Carney, and that the platform is backed by the Canadian government. So I reached out to the Canadian government, and they told me that they do not endorse this advertisement.
So I think we just have to somehow stamp all this out.
Simon Fraser University AI professor Steve DePaula says it starts with enforcing laws.
This is eventually a law issue where we just have to go after the people doing it.
But it could be easier said than done.
It is traceable that we can show someone's creating a deepfake of a politician for the sole purpose of exploiting people, whether it's for money or what have you. There's many ways to criminalize that conduct, whether it's through fraud charges, theft charges, personation, all kinds of ways.
Now, experts are sounding the alarm as the deepfake mirage only intensifies.
I used to be an AI pragmatist, an AI utopian. No more. I think this thing is coming at us at a speed and rate which 99.9% of the people don't know. We truly are stepping into the unknown.
In the meantime, as governments and companies work to crack down, YouTube has informed me that they have suspended the deepfake Carney advertiser's account for violating policies. Craig Krause, CTV News, Vancouver.
Still ahead, an arrest in the manhunt for Charlie Kirk's killer. What we know about the shooting suspect now in custody and how police managed to track him down. BC's public service workers are expanding job action to overtime bans on several liquor distribution warehouses across the province. The BC GEU says the ban has been implemented at warehouses in Delta, Richmond, and Kamloops. The ban is also in effect at the BC Liquor Distribution Branch's head office in Burnaby. Pickets at other BC government offices have been up for nearly 2 weeks in some locations in the labor dispute, where workers are asking for higher compensation due to inflation and cost of living concerns. New data suggests the BC NDP is facing a slowdown in support. The Angus Reid poll says at least 60% of British Columbians think the government is performing poorly on top issues like cost of living. Out of the 10 provinces surveyed, BC falls 6th on the Government Performance Index. Premier David Eby has seen his own personal approval slip, falling to 41%, down from 53% earlier this year.
Vast majorities of British Columbians on almost every key measure that they care the most about: the economy and jobs, housing affordability, cost of living and inflation, health care, hands down think that this government is doing a bad job on all those big issues.
Of those polled, only 42% say they would vote for the NDP if an election was held today, with 44% saying they would back the Conservatives. The family of a man injured after being struck by a vehicle in Vancouver this week is looking for answers and accountability from the driver. CTV's Dimitra Maragos has the story.
Matthew Young was cycling back from school when he was struck by this driver. This all happening on Creelman Avenue and Maple Street in Kitsilano. The driver
continued to keep driving without stopping to check if he was okay.
That's Benjamin Young, Matthew's brother, who says he's still in shock.
I was just very worried about his well-being and just if he was severely injured.
Matthew walked away with a concussion and minor injuries.
The paramedics basically told my brother that he's very lucky that he got away pretty unscathed.
And he says what prevented his brother's injuries from being any worse was wearing a helmet.
I'm just happy that he took the precaution to wear a helmet that day, specifically.
But his worry has turned into frustration.
This is a cyclist that you hit blatantly in broad daylight, and you didn't even hesitate or attempt to stop to check on him is just beyond me.
Young has taken it upon himself to find answers, posting the video on social media. According to the BC Injury Research and Prevention Unit, each year in BC, there are over 2,600 cyclist-related incidents, resulting in over 1,500 injuries and 7 fatalities.
He got struck pretty badly.
Young says his brother filed a police report, but no one has been identified. CTV has reached out to the VPD, but hasn't gotten a response. Young says he's looking for the driver to take responsibility.
You should be held accountable for your actions and just be a decent human being to just check on someone's well-being.
Young says he hasn't asked his brother if or when he'll get back on his bike, but he says he's proud of the way his brother has handled this.
I think his whole attitude for this was just being grateful.
Dimitra Maragos, CTV News, Vancouver.
The province is adding 400 new affordable rental homes across Metro Vancouver, with 5 developments set to open over the next 2 years.
Amid economic uncertainty, costs, especially housing costs, have been top of mind for many people. Young people, families, and seniors are struggling to find a place that fits their budget. But our government will not leave people to fend for themselves.
BC Housing says $61 million is being invested to create the spaces for low-income residents. One project in North Vancouver with 86 suites is already welcoming tenants, while construction continues on 2 others. The remaining 2 are expected to be complete by fall 2027. Tonight could be the night. It is Game 6 of the Senior Lacrosse National Championship, and the New Westminster Salmon Bellies are on the verge of winning it all. CTV's Kevin Chirac joins us live from Queen's Park Arena with a look ahead to the game. Kevin?
Mijung, the Salmon Bellies can win this tonight, the Mann Cup. It dates back to 1910. It's essentially the Stanley Cup for Canadian lacrosse. Fans have just rolled in. They are very excited, but they're also being told to be on their best behavior tonight. We'll explain why after the break.
Let's go back to CTV's Kevin Chirac, who is live at Queen's Park in New West for us tonight, ahead of a very big lacrosse game. Kevin.
A huge game, Mijung. The New West Salmon Bellies lead the Six Nations Chiefs from Ontario 3-2 in the best-of-7 Mann Cup title. So that means if they win tonight, they win this. This is the Mann Cup. Dates back well over 100 years. Plenty of history. Fans are super excited. But after a nasty incident at a game earlier this week, police and the league are warning fans to behave. Considered the holy grail in Canadian men's lacrosse, the historic Mann Cup.
It's everything. It's not like it's bigger than all of us. The team's obviously been around for, over 130 years, and just it's so entrenched in the community.
The series features the best teams in Western and Eastern Canada going head-to-head. The New West Salmon Bellies and Six Nations Chiefs from Ontario. It's been physical, emotional, fight-filled, and on Monday night, the intensity boiled over into the crowd.
During the altercation, one fan was struck with a bullhorn to the head, requiring several stitches, and that investigation is still ongoing.
They did put a black mark on that game. Maybe people, just get caught up in the moment and, their emotional control goes out the window.
Everyone involved was banned from attending games for the remainder of the series, and noisemakers other than traditional drums are also no longer allowed in the arena. They've also tightened rules for alcohol sales, made bag checks mandatory, and beefed up security.
Spectators can expect to see an increased police presence in and outside the arena. We're committed to this being a fun, safe, and family-friendly event that everyone can enjoy.
Still on the floor, the focus remains on making lacrosse history. New West took Game 5 Wednesday night, and a win Friday could mark the club's first national title in 34 years and record-setting 25th in franchise history.
We take it really seriously to try to bring this thing home for the city of New Westminster.
And the game is sold out. Over 3,500 fans. Face-off is set for 7:30 p.m. Will the Salmon Bellies be raising the Mann Cup tonight? We'll find out. Mijang, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, looks like they're running out of room on that trophy, but we'll see what happens. Thanks, Kevin.
There's a few more over here.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Well, a living symbol of friendship will stand tall between Langley and Bellingham, with leaders from both sides of the border coming together today to plant a tree, celebrating more than a century of neighborly ties between the two cities.
We wanted it to be a catalyst for connection again. There is too much division, and the first people that have been on these lands have been together for thousands of years, and we have had such a long and enduring peaceful relationship.
The cross-border tree planting ceremony was held along Fraser Highway near McBurney Plaza. Officials say the new tree is a symbol of how both cities will continue to grow side by side.
Oh, I love that.
I know, nice gesture when we're in the middle of this tariff war.
Yes, exactly.
The people still like each other.
Exactly, and the tree will grow in between. All right, not a bad day today to finish off the work week. It was cloudier and a touch cooler, but still very pleasant out there. Here's a look at temperatures across the lower mainland right now. 20 degrees at the harbor as well as in Burnaby and in Pitt Meadows. A touch warmer in Surrey and Chilliwack at 22 and in Abbotsford at 21 degrees right now. As we head through the overnight, we will see a few clouds, increasing cloud coverage into tomorrow morning, and then it clears up quite nicely in the afternoon once again with a high of 21.
CTV Weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Explore the endless possibilities at one of our 36 BC locations. Learn more at expediacruises.ca.
A few scattered showers expected on Sunday, but other than that, a dry weekend ahead. I've got those details coming up.
And some of the leaves are starting to turn color,
but it's still summer.
It is. Yeah, we've got some time
We
still.
sure do.
All right, thanks, Ann. A warning to pet owners. Someone is setting up dangerous animal traps. A baby raccoon is the latest victim. Also ahead.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
A suspect is arrested in the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. How the suspect's family and friends helped put him behind bars. That's ahead. After an intense manhunt in connection with the killing of popular conservative influencer Charlie Kirk, police say they now have a suspect in custody. Here's CTV's Joy Malbin with what we know about the 22-year-old alleged shooter.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
With those words, authorities identified 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah as a suspect in connection with the targeted killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. After these images were released last night and a video of a suspect jumping from a rooftop, police say Robinson's father confronted his son and, with the help of a youth pastor, convinced him to turn himself in.
A family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
A family member told investigators Robinson had become more political, expressing anger in chat groups and to friends.
Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Police found a high-powered rifle and bullet casings with disturbing messages. As for motive, here's what the governor said.
The clearest one that says catch fascist, there's not, and by the way, that's like catch like a ball, catch this. I think that speaks for itself.
Kirk, a husband and father, was a rock star in the MAGA movement, debating controversial subjects like transgender issues, and a fierce ally of Donald Trump, who broke the news on air.
I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.
As Utah's governor pleaded for political healing.
This is our moment. Do we escalate or do we find an off-ramp? And again, it's a choice.
Robinson was arrested and charged with aggravated murder. He faces federal charges next week. Police believe he acted alone and is being held without bail. Joy Melvin, CTV News, Washington. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers called on Canada Post to come back to the bargaining table, urging the Crown Corporation to treat the negotiations with the seriousness they deserve.
If Canada Post continues to stall, postal workers will have no choice but to consider stronger actions to move negotiations ahead. I'm announcing that starting on Monday at 12:01 a.m. local time, the overtime ban has been lifted and we're moving to a flyer ban.
Bargaining has now dragged on for more than a year and a half. Last month, the union responded to Canada Post's latest offer with a proposal that called for higher wages, but did make some allowances for part-time workers. The Crown Corporation has not responded to that proposal, but it has asked the union to align its expectations with Canada Post's dire financial realities. Troubling video has surfaced of a baby raccoon caught in a trap. Who is setting animal traps in Langley? A reward to track down who's responsible. Also ahead.
The Canadian parks are some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world.
A new program is launched in Banff National Park, sending paragliders' hearts soaring. What they're now allowed to do. That's ahead. Disturbing home security footage has a local wildlife charity pleading with the public for help. The video, which some viewers may find difficult to watch, shows a raccoon dragging a powerful trap on its paw. Tonight, a charity is offering a reward to help find the person responsible. CTV's Yasmin Gandam reports.
That's a baby raccoon struggling to move, making its way across a lawn in Langley. A homeowner captured this on security video. It shows the animal with a trap on its front paw.
This is a killing trap, often used for smaller animals like muskrat or ermine.
The homeowner says they also witnessed a cat caught in a trap and worries there may be other animals too.
We need more information to determine where the trap was set, if this was on private property, Crown land, who was setting the trap.
Fur Bearers, a local wildlife charity, is now offering a cash reward to anyone who can provide information to catch the suspect.
We are concerned that potentially offenses were committed. That's why the Fur Bearers is offering a $1,000 reward for more information leading to the conviction of those individuals responsible.
The video taken in the area of High Knoll Park has the charity concerned for the neighborhood.
It's a very public place. There's nature trails, there's dogs off leash, there's residential homes, and this story certainly comes with a warning for people who are living in that area.
According to Fur Bearers, several pets are being killed by these traps every year. Under BC law, people are allowed to set the traps as long as the user has a proper license. Yasmin Gandam, CTV News, Vancouver.
Soaring news from Banff National Park, where a new pilot project is really taking off for paragliders and hang gliders. As of May, non-motorized pilots hike and fly in the famed park under certain guidelines. Prior to the change, flying was only allowed over the park. Launching and landing was strictly prohibited, but the program unlocks several new routes and opportunities for enthusiasts like Will Gadd from Canmore. He says it has been a test run more than 15 years in the making.
The Canadian parks are some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, right? Like everybody comes here for a reason, and now to be able to explore that in a silent, totally non-polluting, solar-powered way is just incredible. You know, in a paraglider, you're up with the clouds and looking around and getting to see and appreciate these really national treasures in a way that you really couldn't any other way.
There are some limitations. Launching and landing is still not allowed over ski areas, the Banff town site, campgrounds, and some environmentally sensitive areas. The young son of BC's newest millionaire knew exactly what they should buy. It has to do with his favorite video game. Also ahead.
Oh, my homie.
Hey, Ben, what's up?
How come those children somehow liked me and come to me?
How a grandpa greeter lights up the day for kids at an Abbotsford school. That's ahead. And a family-friendly night bike ride is one of the events being featured in our weekly Friday Feel Good segment. What else is happening this weekend? That's ahead. Taking a look at today's markets, the Canadian dollar is sitting around 72 cents U.S. Oil was up slightly, now trading around $62 U.S. a barrel. Gold saw a nearly $13 bump. On the stock market, the TSX lost 124 points and the Dow Jones lost 273 points on the day. A new report shows the pace of electric vehicle sales around the globe slowed down last month. Around the globe, sales of fully electric and plug-in hybrid cars were up 15% year over year in August. That marked the slowest growth rate since January, according to figures shared today by market research firm Row Motion. The report said the slowdown was particularly notable in China, although demand sped up to a potential record in the U.S. ahead of the expiration of a number of tax credits. A Richmond man is $1 million richer, and his son already knows how he'd like to spend it. Jung Chin Cheng won the Max Millions prize in the September 5th Lotto Max draw. When he shared the news, his young son quickly said he wanted to buy Minecraft. For now, Cheng says he'll use the winnings to pay off his mortgage. He might need a little bit more to buy Minecraft. I think it's worth several billion dollars, the company.
Or he might just want to buy something in Minecraft. That's possible.
Or buy just a few more games.
Exactly. A couple of cows here and there for his farm.
Exactly.
For sure. Well, congratulations to him. Let's take a look at our forecast now as we head into the weekend. But first, our almanac for today. We saw a high of 20.9 degrees, slightly above the seasonal average of 19.1. And the overnight low was slightly warmer as well. And as we head into the second half of September, we've only seen 0.6 millimeters of rain. The monthly average is 51.9. So we still got a ways to go. We do have a front moving its way through, bringing in some wet weather for the Central Coast and some spotty showers for the northern tip of Vancouver Island as well. Here's a look at our weather tracker through the overnight hours. We'll see increasing cloud coverage, and that's how we'll start off your early morning hours. But then come tomorrow afternoon, it clears up quite nicely. We'll see mostly sunny skies as we head into Sunday morning. For the North Island, you'll see scattered showers and a few breaks to Port Hardy at 16 degrees. Lots of sunshine for the southern interior. Your provincial forecast at the bottom of your screen. For Campbell River and Comox, you'll see clearing conditions starting off cloudy. Nice through the afternoon, 20 degrees under a mix of sun and cloud. For the South Island, few showers for Tofino, 17 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud from Port Alberni right down to Victoria. Temperatures between 17 and 22 degrees for the Sunshine Coast, 20 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A touch warmer up the Sea to Sky Highway, 22 for Whistler, 23 for Squamish, and for us across the Lower Mainland. We'll see a clearing trend as well, 21 degrees near the water, 22 degrees further inland. And as we head into Sunday, where did did my 5-day forecast go? We will see some spotty showers, but then it clears up quite nicely. We will see a mix of sun and cloud right through from Monday into next Friday. See, technical glitches. CTV weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacations. I just wanted you to see the scenic snapshot a little early.
Yeah,
Surprise.
and there's sunshine in the scenic snapshot,
Yes.
and we're going to see sunshine
Tomorrow, exactly.
Okay. So it all worked out.
Did it though?
Anyway, September's just gradually making its way to autumn. We don't want a sudden
No, exactly.
shock, right?
It's not going to be rain, wind, or gusty storms whatsoever. It's a gradual fall.
Transition
That's
weather,
the
right?
word. Yes, it is Friday.
Okay, thanks, Anne. Even on a bad day, the students at one Abbotsford school have something to look forward to, because for more than a decade, an 84-year-old great-grandfather has been waiting at the school each morning to greet students as they arrive. Here's CTV's Michelle Bernaro with the story.
When kids arrive at Claiborne Middle School,
Hey, good morning. It's Friday.
a familiar face is there to greet them.
It wouldn't really be Claiborne Middle School without Ben.
Yeah.
There are Ben Grouper autographs, even pins, and a special Ben handshake.
Oh, my homie. Hey, Ben, what's up? What? Not much. How about you? I did it with one kid, and the other kids saw it, and they want to do it, and then the whole school now wants to do it.
Though he can't remember every name, the 84-year-old has welcomed thousands of children over the years in a job he started because his grandkids went to the school.
I didn't know really what to expect, what to do.
But he soon discovered something very special that left him wondering.
How come those children somehow liked me and come to me?
He thinks it's because he pays attention to them. Perhaps it's also because he genuinely cares.
When I was having like a bad day too, he came right to me and was just like trying to get me up for the day, which definitely helped for sure.
He notices those that are by themselves or might have a frown on their face, and he'll go up to them and engage, and they leave feeling better.
For the great-grandfather, this job gives him routine and purpose.
To be a purpose to the kids, to make help them to make a good day and cheer them up. And so that in return gives me pleasure and happiness.
Seeing him, it makes my day instantly better because he's just nice.
He's a listener and encourager. He makes them feel special.
Friday, I say, it is Friday. I insist that you take 2 days off. But do not forget to come back on Monday, because you don't come back on Monday, I'm going to miss you.
There has never been another Ben. He's a one of a kind. Yeah, he's a blessing.
And he is the heart of the school.
Have a super day. Love you.
Michelle Bernaro, CTV News, Abbotsford.
A great positive energy. Well, the Terry Fox Run returns. Bike the Night is back, and a Hot Ones Dumpling Challenge. Almost time for the Friday Feel Goods, plus Jake's Revelation. Adam finds out what happened after one man's unexpected encounter with an animal in an urban park. Coming up on the Sawatsky sign-off. Right now, here's a preview of CTV Your Morning Vancouver.
MPs are entering a challenging new era as Parliament resumes. Monday on Your Morning Vancouver, what we can expect as Prime Minister Mark Carney and his government get down to business. Also, we'll learn more about the Come Toward the Fire Festival, where you can take in Indigenous culture in a 2-day family-friendly event. And we're celebrating a new morning era here on CTV. Hope you'll join us for Your Morning Vancouver. We'll see you Monday.
News, weather, and traffic. It's everything you need. CTV Morning Live. Weekdays 6 to 9.
Bowser is coming.
I'm not afraid. I'll do anything for my brother.
We've known a follow-up to the most successful video game movie adaptation was coming, and we now know what it'll be called. Universal says the sequel will be called the Super Mario Galaxy Movie, a nod to the popular 2007 video game. It's slated to release in April of next year. Another animated film is expected to dominate the box office this weekend. A movie from the Demon Slayer franchise is on track to claim #1. Deadline says ticket sales forecasts range from $35 to $60 million US across North America. That is expected to beat the second weekend of The Conjuring Last Rites and newer releases like Downton Abbey, the grand finale, and The Long Walk. It's Friday already.
Yay,
can you believe
finally,
it?
yes.
Okay, it's time for Friday Feel Goods, a weekly roundup of unique events happening in Metro Vancouver. Here are 3 things worth checking out. The Hot Ones 2.0 challenge is coming to Good Company Granville tomorrow afternoon. 16 competitors will take on dumplings made by local brand Dickie's Dumps, coated in 6 different custom hot sauces created by local restaurants. I would totally lose. I don't think I could do this. If you can handle the heat, free RSVP tickets are available from goodcobars.com.
Awesome. Well, the Terry Fox Run returns for its 45th anniversary on Sunday morning. Runners can take part in several different distanced runs in 650 different communities, big and small, all across Canada, including Vancouver's event in Stanley Park. Since 1980, the Terry Fox Foundation has raised nearly $1 billion for cancer research. So great.
Yeah, and the weather will be pretty good Sunday.
It sure will, so get outside.
And Bike the Night is back. Hundreds of brightly lit bikes will take a 10-kilometer ride along the seawall and the Granville Connector throughout the night. Live music, food trucks, and an e-bike showcase are also available to entertain, fuel, and hype riders up before a casual ride suitable for all ages.
Oh, it looks pretty when you light up your bike and everything. Very nice. Okay, if you have any events you'd like us to highlight, email your tips to ctvfeelgoods@ctv.ca. Just before we get to the Sawatsky sign-off, Craig's here with a preview of your late news.
Yeah, so Mijung, we are tracking a few stories tonight, including the BC General Employees Union escalating its strike action. I just got off a call with the union president, and they are escalating the strike action tonight. It's an overtime ban and would cover over 1,700 liquor distribution branch workers in Metro Vancouver and Kamloops. So at 11:30, we will have the latest on the impact and what this means for negotiations. Mijung?
And we'll see what happens with the lacrosse game, too, right?
That, too, of course.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Finally, a Vancouver man's daily walks in the park led to an unlikely friendship with a crow. Adam shows us how that bond took flight and why it's leaving a lasting impression on tonight's Encore Sawatsky sign-off.
When Jake Huang went for a walk that day, he never expected to see a beaver.
It was surprising because it is the middle of the city.
So Jake started visiting the urban park daily to capture the beaver with his camera.
And it was just sort of building its dam and eating and just chilling by itself.
But Jake soon realized he was far from alone.
There's this kind of revelation that there's so much around us all the time.
The more Jake spent observing, the more creatures started appearing. The more calm he felt.
And it really showed me the importance, I guess, of slowing down.
But it was one particular crow, Jake says, who changed everything.
I noticed him right away from a distance because I was kind of worried he was injured.
He was limping, his foot twisted. But after observing more, Jake says the crow seemed to be thriving.
I saw other crows sort of like take care of him almost.
Jake named him Fabian and started documenting the crow daily over the next 3 years.
Well, they're very intelligent and they're very social and compassionate animals.
Recording the enduring love between Fabian and his mate June, which led to the couple starting a family together.
They're quite affectionate, so they would groom each other, they would spend time together.
And eventually, Jake earned Fabian's friendship. The crow would always fly over to greet him, Jake says, even after he had moved away for months.
It was so remarkable that when I came back, he just came to say hi.
How did that feel?
It felt magical, like a Disney movie or something.
Jake is now sharing his real-life movies about Fabian and all the other creatures he's encountered in the city on social media to honor our natural neighbors.
Connecting with living things, having empathy. You see this whole social life in this universe that's so different from ours, but it's just unfolding right in front of all of us. It's pretty amazing.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
So great.
Wow.
Incredible that he could form this bond with the crow. I'm kind of scared of crows.
Yeah, because they only dive bomb me, and I've never done anything to them.
Are you sure?
I don't remember doing anything to them.
But they have good memories. Maybe their memories are better than yours. But I miss seeing the beaver that used to be at Olympic Village.
There used to be a whole family there.
Oh, it's not there. They're not there anymore.
No, I think they've packed up and moved on. So yeah, I hope he finds them to let us know. All right, let's take a look at our scenic snapshot for this Friday night. A beautiful day in Horseshoe Bay. Thanks, Kathleen, for sending this one in. And we want to see your scenic snapshot as well. So email us at scenicsnapshot@ctv.ca.
Yeah, beautiful pictures, still lots of sunshine.
That's right.
As Anne reminds us, it's still summer.
And it's also Mi Jung's birthday, so happy birthday, Mi Jung!
Thank you. And thanks for joining us. Good night.